everyone! Today, me, Vanessa, Wesley, Evelyn and Sally are going to come together to explain to you about what is Sunway Berhad, which is our topic for our Community Service Initiative assignment. We're going to tell you what is it about, what does it do, and what did it do that benefited our community.
The company that our group has chosen is Sunway Berhad. Sunway Group was founded in 1974 by Tan Sri Dato Seri Dr. Jeffrey Chia, who has interests in property, construction, education, and healthcare. Nowadays, Sunway Berhad is well known as one of the largest groups in Malaysia, with 13 business divisions in 15 locations worldwide. Sunway owns a lot of facilities such as Sunway Lagoon and also Sunway University. Tan Sri Dato Seri Dr. Jeffrey Chia is also the founding trustee of Jeffrey Chia Foundation, GCF, which is one of Malaysia's largest education-focused social enterprises. They will likely be Asia's model partnership in supportable turn of events, developing to enhance lives of superior tomorrow. Due to this COVID-19 pandemic, the Sunway Group, with the help of GCF, is creating fundraising to help those in need, especially in Sunway area.
COVID has affected everyone, and it is not good as the unemployment rate has risen up to 4.7% in August 2020, which is huge. When it comes to the economy has been losing 2.4 billion ringgit per day. That is because of the MCO, as everybody was told to sit at home and business were not running as usual. So, due to this, the community and mostly the B40 community had to suffer. They could not afford basic food like basic necessities, basic foods, sanitizer, vitamins, and you name it. So without having access to all these products, how can they survive and beat this virus? How are they going to manage it? For the frontliners, they've been dealing with COVID-19 and people suffering with COVID-19. And it's not easy seeing people dying in front of them or people suffering with all type of machines on their body. So it has been an immense trouble for both of these people in the community.
In the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic happened in Malaysia, many problems arose in the community, which made Sunway took action in helping the community facing the problems. In the current time, the front-end workers suffer more than the other workers due to the stress caused by the current workplace condition, which threatens their life as they have a higher chance of being infected by the virus. In hope to enlighten the burdens suffered by the front-end workers, Sunway alongside Jeffrey Chia Foundation was performing fundraising called Sunway for Good Fund, got support from senior managers, where donations were collected from every employee who worked on Sunway to show their support and solidarity towards fellow workers who work in the front lines in Sunway. The donations were used to make 1,000 Stay Safe packages, which comprised nutriency, sanitizers, and covers for the frontline workers. The pandemic also affects the B40 communities who suffered the most due to the virus spreading, which causes the government to apply the MCO, which decreases their income, causing them to have a worse financial condition and cannot fulfill their basic needs due to the pandemic. This condition drives Sunway to expand their Sunway for Good Fund charity in helping the B40 communities who live nearby Sunway areas in Johor, Perak, Selangor, as well as Penang. Sunway also contributed in lightening the burden for approximately 12,000 receivers in the community who suffered the most due to the pandemic, where they shared dry groceries through donating to Yayasan Kebajikan Negara. Sunway also made other contributions as the continuation of its Sunway for Good Fund, where they donated 1 million ringgit to help the B40 communities across Malaysia through the National COVID-19 Fund.
Sunway has done an effort to take part in the action done by many corporations in helping to lighten the burden for people who suffered due to the COVID-19 pandemic by sharing their fortune to those in need. And it is the culture for Sunway Group to care for each other and help to reduce any form of poverty in every area in Malaysia, and also making sure that the society live in the health environment and lifestyle. Although there is no record regarding the success of their effort in helping the community facing the pandemic, the value of their effort can be seen from the fact that the number of COVID-19 cases in Malaysia was decreasing and become stable. Also, Malaysia became number 4 in the world in terms of handling COVID-19 case, which is remarkable. This success could only happen due to the people working together, helping one another, and making sure that the frontliner have access to the maximum amount of vitamins and sanitizer. The proof of can also be seen from the picture taken when Sunway handed their donation to the community and the employees, which shows happiness and gratefulness for what Sunway did for them.
Hi, I'm Sally and I'm gonna talk about the SWOT analysis. For the first one is strength. Due to this pandemic situation, a lot of companies do something to help the nation and communities by fundraising and donating, and one of them is Sunway Berhad. This fundraising conducted by Sunway Berhad not only to help the communities that are in crisis, but also to encourage the employees to do good deeds by participating in this fundraising. In addition, Sunway Berhad also collaborated with Jeffrey Chia Foundation to collect all the fundraising and serve it to the frontliners. Sunway also trying to find other foundation to collaborate it in order to help the P40 communities around Sunway Town. Next is the weaknesses. As MCO is enforced, people might maintain social distancing, and fundraising should be done online, which is going to be more difficult than usual since it is new and no one in the company might have done it before, so it will cause a lot of problems and resulting in a chaos situation. And for the opportunities, the fundraising done by Sunway Berhad might be an advantage for Sunway in the future, as they collaborated with a lot of other companies to help the communities. Although Sunway Berhad did it without any other intention than to help, but it might be an opportunity to work with those companies in the future for business matter. Apart from that, this fundraising will also benefit Sunway as it will be featured in all media platforms, which result a lot of people may believe that Sunway is a caring and good company. Finally, threats. This fundraising can be a chance for some despicable reporters or Sunway's competitors to make public misunderstood Sunway intention, meaning that those reporters can make the public think that this activity is just to gain a good reputation and image for Sunway, not for to help the communities.
Sunway community plan are to take part in the actions done by many corporations in helping to lighten the burden for people who suffered due to COVID-19 pandemic. This action also can benefit Sunway as to increase their partnership because other companies will believe that Sunway Group has a good history, not only in terms of business but also in helping the environment. Sunway Berhad has finally collected funds for about 34 million ringgit in total and has been distributed to 40,000 Malaysians that are affected by this pandemic. Some of the funds are used to be distributed in the form of stay safe packages, groceries, and also check. They expect that through this fundraising, they can share their fortune with those in need, as it is part of their vision to create a better tomorrow. Sunway Group truly supports Malaysia in healing their economic and health problems. With the help of all organizations, Malaysia is considered as one of the countries that are able to overcome the spread of this pandemic. Its GDP plunked by 17% in the month of April, but they saw some recovery in the month of May. And this economic recovery is not only assisted by Sunway, but all participating organizations who help each other like a family.